Hello and welcome to this muscle recovery yoga stretch. My name is Jessica and I will be guiding you through this all levels practice. No props are required, but if you have blocks, have them close by just in case. We are going to begin today in a child's pose. Big toes together, knees can be as far apart as you would like. Sit your hips towards your heels and walk your hands forward. Really stretch as far forward as you can, deepening the stretch in the side of your body. Then lower your forehead either to the mat or to a block. Close down or soften your gaze. And start to bring attention to your breath. No need to make any changes just yet. We're just bringing our awareness there and noticing. Next time you breathe in, notice the breath going all the way into your belly. Feel it expand. And as you exhale, feel everything soften and let go. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Take one more inhale. Make it the biggest breath you've taken so far all day long. Exhale completely. Gaze forward. Lift yourself up into a tabletop position on hands and knees. Stack your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and extend your right leg behind you. Keep your toes planted to the mat and shift your weight back slightly so that you feel a stretch in your right calf. Option to hold right here or shift forward and back, coming in and out. Listen to your body. Do what feels right for you in this moment right now. Lift your right heel up towards the ceiling and then sweep your leg to the right. Plant your foot down so that it is roughly in line with your left knee. Take a moment to adjust if you need to. Gate pose. Arch your spine a little bit, shift your hips back slightly until you feel a nice stretch in the inside of your thigh. From here, ground down into your right hand. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right. Head and shoulders come down either to the mat or to a block or just floating in space towards the ground. Your right palm can stay right where it is, or you can walk it forward to the top of your mat. Left shin can turn in slightly for balance. Keep turning your chest open to the right to deepen the stretch. Breathe. Bring your hand back in towards you. Press into your palm. Lift yourself back up. Rebend your right leg. Place it underneath you. Tabletop. Maybe you want to give your hips a little wiggle from side to side. Extend your left leg behind you. Tuck your toes, keep them down onto the mat, and then shift your weight back. Option for stillness or rock forward and back. Pausing anywhere where you feel tightness, tension, stickiness. Letting your breath guide you through the movement. Shift forward slightly. Reach your heel up towards the ceiling and then sweep it all the way over to the left. Lower your foot down so it is roughly in line with your knee. Press down into your left palm. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe gaze up. Exhale, sweep your right arm underneath your left. Reach for your toes. You probably won't reach them. Then lower your head and shoulder to the mat. Your palm can stay right where it is next to your head, or you can walk it forward to the top of the mat. Right shin and right toes can turn inwards slightly for more balance. Place your palm back down underneath your shoulder. Press into your hand to lift yourself up. Rebend your left knee. Place it underneath you. Tabletop. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. Extend your right arm out in front of you. Keep your left arm right where it is and start to bend forward. Let your heart melt forward as if you were coming into a puppy pose, but you're only on one arm. Your hand can come more beside you, and then lean your chest over to the left so you're opening up your heart as you're sinking down into your lats, into the side of your body. This is a very intense side body stretch. Breathe through it. You can undulate your spine by rounding and curling slightly on your exhale, and as you inhale, sink lower. Keep turning your chest open. Slowly lift your chest up, walk your hands back underneath you. Second side, reach your left arm forward, melt your heart down like a puppy pose, and then turn your chest open to the right. Lean even deeper into the left side of your body. Hand can move anywhere that feels comfortable for you. And perhaps you start to undulate your spine, moving up and down, deepening the stretch. Or perhaps you find stillness. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Pay more attention to how it feels in your body versus how it looks. Keep your left hand where it is. Just walk your right hand forward. Traditional puppy pose. Let your heart sink down towards the mat. Forehead can either rest down onto the mat or onto a block. Maybe you have space to rest your chin onto the mat. Gaze forward, lift yourself back up, tabletop. Draw your right knee towards your right elbow and then step your foot to the outside of your right palm. Let your hips sink forward. You can move your right leg back slightly for more space. Lizard pose. Stay up on your hands or come down to your forearms. Yogi's choice. Let your hips melt forward. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. Broaden your chest. Optional quad stretch. Reach your right arm forward, up, and then all the way back. Bend your left knee and perhaps grab a hold of your left foot. This is totally optional. If you choose to try it and you don't like it or it doesn't feel good in your body, please come back to your lizard pose or any variation that feels better for you. Slowly release the hold of your foot if you took it. Place your hand back down underneath you. Lift up onto your palms if you've come all the way down to your forearms. Then shift your hips back, straighten your front leg, half splits. You might want to inch your right leg forward a little bit. Flex your toes up towards the ceiling. Keep a micro bend in your right leg. Inhale to grow tall in your spine. Exhale, fold forward any amount. Gaze forward, rebend your front leg, heel toe your foot all the way to the left, lower your right knee behind right wrist, pigeon pose. Take an inhale to lengthen, exhale, fold over. Let your head relax down heavy or make a pillow with your hands underneath your forehead. If you have blocks, you can place a block underneath your hips for added support. Gaze forward. Press into your palms. Lift yourself back up. Tabletop. Shift your hips from side to side. Extend your right leg out behind you. Shift forward and back. Reset. Rebend your right leg. Tabletop. Draw your left knee towards your left elbow and then step your foot to the outside of your palm. Adjust your legs back, lizard pose. Stay up on your forearms or stay up onto your palms or come all the way down to your forearms. Always the option to shift your hips side to side or come forward and back. There's no need to stay perfectly still. You have freedom to move. Optional quad stretch. Reach forward, up and back with your left hand, then bend your right knee, maybe catch a hold of your foot. Keep sinking your hips forward. Always the option to try something new. And if you don't like it, you always have the freedom to come back. Release the hold of your foot if you took it. Come back onto your palms. Shift your hips back, straighten your front leg, half splits. For this variation, you can keep your hands in to the inside of your leg, but if you prefer, you can always frame your front leg as well. Keep a slight bend in your knee, flex your toes towards the ceiling, create space in your spine as you inhale, and exhale, fold. Gaze forward, rebend your front leg, heel toe your foot all the way to the left, lower your knee down under behind your left palm. Walk your right leg back. Inhale to lift up nice and tall. Exhale, fold over any amount, either coming down to forearms, onto blocks. Get comfortable in the uncomfortable. Press into your palms, lift yourself up. This time, simply sit your hips over to the left. I'm going to turn to face you, but you can stay just as you are. Extend both legs out wide. Doesn't matter how far they come. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Exhale, walk yourself forward, fold any amount. Wide-legged forward fold. You can let your feet relax slightly here. They don't have to be super tense. And if you're not really feeling much of a stretch, roll yourself forward slightly of your sit bones, almost like you're making a cow spine with your lower back. Tilting your tailbone upwards slightly. If you have the space, you can come all the way down to the floor. You may still be propped up onto your hands or to your forearms. Wherever you are, just know it is perfect. There's no need to push yourself to go past your edge. Maybe with every exhale, you find more space to sink lower. Notice what parts of you are still holding on to tension. Send your breath there. Slowly lift yourself up. Use your hands underneath your legs to guide them back in, and however you need to get there, make your way onto your back. When you arrive, soles of the feet together, knees fall apart, Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose. For this variation, reach your arms up overhead to invite a gentle shoulder and chest stretch. If you have blocks, you can always place them underneath your hips or your thighs for added support. If you haven't already, close down or soften your gaze. Lower your hands back down beside you. Your choice, whether you want to keep this positioning of your legs or extend your legs out long into Shavasana, your final resting pose. Come back to your breath. Let today's practice truly integrate into your body by allowing yourself this time for rest. stay here for as long as you would like. If you'd like to be guided out, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make circles with your wrists and your ankles. And start to deepen your breath. Reach your arms up overhead for a big morning stretch. Bend your knees and allow yourself to roll over onto one side. Use your palms to press yourself up into a comfortable seat. There is no rush. Take your time. And when you do arrive, draw your palms together towards heart center. We'll close with a releasing breath in through your nose. Side out your mouth. Bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this practice. If you did, please leave a comment, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe for more. Also, if you've made it this far, this is my cat, Tiki. I hope you've enjoyed her presence today. Thank you. Bye.